Hey there, this is Michelle, and I was just wanting to do an update. It has been 4.5 weeks since my radial head replacement, ligament repair surgery, and I just wanted to let you know how I'm doing. I'm still in the splint, which is, going well, I guess. I mean, I hate it. I'm ready to have it off, but it's better than the other stuff that I had, and I have a lot more, movement in my arms. I can do a lot of things. I can actually hold things and open things and crack eggs with this, and I can wash my hands now, which is great. So there's a lot of things that I can do. I had her leave my hand free when she made the splint. I think I mentioned that last time. She would have otherwise made like a bottom piece that had wrapped around my hands. And I love it because my hand's free, but one of the downsides is this tends to slip a lot. So my elbow ends up kind of up here rather than down here, and it makes it a little uncomfortable. It pulls on my hand sometimes, but I'll take it because my hand is free. I'm still doing physical therapy 2 times a week, and that has been going very well. Everything I'm doing is without gravity affecting my joint. So I'm laying on my back and I'm doing exercises where I go up as straight as I can this way, and then as far as I can actually touch my shoulder, which is great. But I can't get it all the way straight. I may be able to get it kind of, let's see, it's hard to see, but kind of about that straight. And then I do other exercises where I come up this way, and once again, I can only get it probably about that straight. I'm working on it, but it's hard. And then this way is harder to bend, so I can do it here, and then when I twist, I can get up to here instead of like here where I should be. I can get it up to here, and then this way I can get it right here before I start kind of shaking, instead of up to there. So instead of being able to do this, I'm kind of here and here. So just a little bit, but I love this. You can take it off, and I can shower without having to wrap my arm. I have a bunch of these little sleeves, call them sleevies, and they're just stretchy and cheap, but they keep my arm kind of comfortable in there. And then look at my scar. Oh my goodness, the lighting in here is not as good as my other place, but you can see my scars. They look a lot better. As of a few days ago, maybe Thursday or Friday, I can't remember when my last appointment was, but she put some Palmer's coconut oil on my scar and said that I could do that now. So I got some vitamin E from the store in an oil form, and then some Palmer's, and I rub that into my scars every day, which just kind of keep them moisturized and comfortable. This one is a little itchy up here, I think probably because it gets rubbed a lot by the splint going up and down. But I'm at 4.5 weeks, and so by 6 weeks I should be able to take it off, and I'm pretty excited about it. I still keep my arm when it's off in this position. I don't move it. I don't try to straighten it. I don't do anything with gravity. Just because I don't want to mess it up. I'm following all the doctor's orders, and I do all my physical therapy every day. I do my exercises. I do them 3 times a day religiously. And then the other thing is that I have some nerve things. So like right here, it's been numb. Actually, it was this whole area. And right now it's just here that's numb. So I can't feel myself, like I can't feel my skin, but tapping, I can feel underneath, if that makes sense. So the skin is still numb, but the feeling has come back underneath, and then it's come back up here. And so I do rub this every day and just try to, get things going with the nerve pain. A lot of my, well, with the nerve, I shouldn't say pain, but with the nerve coming back, I do get some pain from this ligament that was repaired, which kind of comes along here. A lot of my pain ends up in my elbow right here. That is where it is most sensitive, and that is that ligament that was repaired. Otherwise, it gets sore from being held in this position. It definitely gets sore from being in the splint and like kind of pushing on it when it slides down, especially right here. That ligament comes down right here, and this has really been hurting so much so that I actually thought that maybe I had broken my wrist and I should get an x-ray of it. I haven't done that yet, but that pain has subsided a little bit and I can still use my wrist, so maybe it's not broken and it's just where that ligament connects right here, or tendon, ligament, tendon, whatever it is that connects from here to here. And so I've just been, you know, stretching, doing these kind of stretches to help stretch it out, because it's very tight. So as far as pain goes, that has been the more significant one. It's not terrible, it's not debilitating, it's just uncomfortable, and specifically when I try to sleep, it is uncomfortable. The only time I take ibuprofen is before I go to bed, just because when I sleep, that is sort of when, you know, everything relaxes and starts to get kind of sore, and it just keeps me awake. So other than that, I mean, not terrible, nothing sharp, nothing crazy, but obviously still not, you know, using it normally, and won't be until I get my splint off. So we will see. And like I said, I get that done at 6 weeks, so that's roughly a week and a half. I have a visit to the doctor on Monday to check up, which is roughly 2 weeks after my last checkup. It's actually 2 weeks and 3 days because it hit a weekend, so it got pushed to Monday. And so at the last checkup, they took the staples out and they took an x-ray just to make sure everything's healing well. So this time they'll do the same thing. It's an occupational therapist, not a physical therapist, but my occupational therapist is saying she's wanting to move me to a gravity exercise, but she's been holding off until the doctor says it's okay. But I think she's saying that I'm getting a little stronger, and that I'm hoping that my x-ray shows that I'm healing enough so maybe I could get out of it earlier. I don't know if that's a thing, so I'm not getting my hopes up. But anything I can do to improve and gain strength and gain function in this arm would be fabulous. I still can't hold things that are very heavy. I know my weight holding things is going to be restricted to less than a pound once my splint comes off. And even now, like even my water bottle is really tricky to hold, and I can't put any pressure. I was changing from shoes, and I just accidentally put this hand on top of a post at the top of the stairs and like fell into it a little bit, and I didn't fully support myself, but even just that slight like push on it just kind of killed my elbow. So it is still very sore and can't quite be used normally, but it is gaining more motion, which is really nice. And I can squeeze a tube of toothpaste, which is new. I mean, it's just little things. My brush in the shower, I can kind of hold it and then, you know, rub my other arm on it, which is better than, you know, putting it against the wall and trying to get my arm, you know, on this side washed up. So there has been improvements, which is really good. It is very slow. It seemed to go gaining, you know, some of my extension back seemed to go very fast at first, and then just kind of got to a point where it stopped. And like, I'm really trying to force myself to get past that point, but it's like my arm just like stops there. And so I do it till it like hurts a little bit, but I don't push it too far because I just don't want to, you know, hurt it. Swelling, there's a little swelling. It definitely does make things harder to move in that joint, but it's slow and slowly but surely. She said that what tends to happen, my occupational therapist said that what tends to happen is that you'll move forward in like small increments at this point, and so some days you'll be able to go a little farther, but then it'll just kind of feel like it stops and you don't get a lot of progress for several weeks, and then it'll move a little bit more. So it's overall. So they said, you know, it'll be 12 weeks, he said, until I can kind of get back to regular activity. So like I said, I'm at 4.5 weeks, so I'm barely a third of the way there, but there is strides, and I'm super excited about that. So I think that covers everything. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Sorry, it's late at night. I'm downstairs. There's a bed. I've been sleeping in the basement because I need a whole bunch of pillows around me, and there's just not enough room for my husband and me in the bed with all the pillows around me. So I'm sleeping in the basement bed so that I can have pillows everywhere, which is nice because it's not sleeping on the couch. I was sleeping up on the couch until maybe last Friday, and so that's 4 weeks sleeping on the couch, and it just got uncomfortable, and I missed sleeping in a bed. So while I'm not 100% comfortable, and I've only gotten really one night of like really solid sleep, just because, like I said, this tends to ache, and I'm good for like 3 or 4 hours, and then the ibuprofen starts to wear off, and then it starts to ache, and so then I have trouble sleeping. But it is in a bed, and I'm getting there. So it's just, like I said, slowly but surely, you got to take your wins where you can. And I guess I've been trying to keep a good humor about it. I was really down about a week and a half ago, just kind of woe is me and pity party, and feeling really down about the progress, just because it's so slow, and it's hard to see the end in sight. And it's just frustrating. It's frustrating not to be able to do the things that you know you need to do. And then the things that I can do tend to be really slow because I have to be really careful with whatever I'm doing. Whether it's like trying to brush my hair or put it up, which has been really difficult still. Make the bed, cook myself breakfast, even rinse a pot. Like everything has to be kind of done one-handed, and it can be really frustrating. So I was down, but I'm back up, and I'm okay, and moving forward, and just trying to do the best I can. So I hope you all are doing well, and I will give you another update as soon as I have something different to update. All right, talk to you later. Bye.